position is responsible for contacting the family and releasing that information. So, there you have it. If the patient dies first, call the doctor and let the doctor contact the family and tell them. Don't you even get involved. Now, in the hospital situation, I'm going to go on and tell you, the physician's going to say, go on and notify the family. They're not going to stop and do it. So it's going to be put up to you all to pick up the phone and call them in. And still, even at that point, don't tell them they're dead. Just bring them in so that they can say their goodbyes, because that's the last time they're going to see that body like that. So bring them all in and then let them go in there and say their goodbyes. Okay, don't tell them over the phone. Meeting relatives. On arrival, the nurse shows family members to a private room or area and then directs the client, directly to the client's bedside, depending on their wishes. So always find a conference room to take them in, because some people don't like to see dead people. So you need to pull them all in a room and say, hey, you know, such and such, I hate to tell you, they're deceased. At that time, say, would you like to view the body? Some people choose and say, nope, I'm out, don't want to see it. Other people say, yeah, I want to go in there. They want to go in there and get some of their belongings. Some might have jewelry on that they want. And, you know, let the family members take their belongings. They can, because if not, they might not see it again. Who knows? There's a lot of communication, that body hits a lot of places before they'll actually get to see it again. So let them take their belongings. If you look at the nursing guidelines 38-2 on the bottom of page 848, summoning the family of a dying client, you need to review that for your own purposes. If a client or a deceased person has documented identifying intention to donate organs or express refuse organ donation, the next of kin or someone with power of attorney for health care need not be involved. It's on page 849 at the top. I'm in the first paragraph. So if the person has already identified they want to donate their organs, that's on the back of their driver's license. It used to be an orange dot. I'm not really sure mine's still an orange dot, but I've heard they're moving over and like actually making that a box on your driver's license. So it should either be on the back of the card or on the front of the card, depending. If no documentation on the intent is available, consent for organ donation on behalf of the client must be sought. Without signed refusal, life support cannot be withdrawn until potential for organ donation is determined, even if doing so contraindicates a person's advance directives, because life support that has potential to save lives overrides the desire to withhold or withdraw life support. So if they say there want to be an organ donation, we can't shut that vent off, and we can't shut nothing off until CODA, which is the people that come and get the organs, until they arrive and tell us what to do. Okay, so it is your responsibility as a nurse. Does my patient want organ donation or not? It comes back on us again, so make sure you know what happens in that situation. Make sure you know whether or not they're a DNR, which stands for what? Right, so if they're a DNR and they're getting ready to pass, we don't need to go in there and start cracking CPR and doing if they're a DNR. Remember, that comes back and you'll get held accountable for what if you do? Battery. Right, so if they're a DNR and we go and do CPR, the nurse can be held for battery. Okay, so make sure you know what their code status is on every patient. I suggest doing that first thing in the morning so you know. Confirming death. Legally, a physician is responsible for pronouncing a client dead, but in a few states, nurses are authorized to do so. Kentucky is one. I have to have two, though. Brain dead. Brain dead is a condition in which there is an irreversible loss of function of the whole brain, including the brain stem. Irreversible brain death is considered to be present if an absence of hypothermia, central nervous system depressants, or conditions that may stimulate brain death is there. So if you look at your bolded points there on 849, those are all the signs and symptoms you will see in a brain death patient.